Well, this is the storm. It's nowhere near as bad. They've actually upgraded the weather warning along the south coast to red. That's as serious as it gets. Now, okay, the timing for that is later in the evening. It's not quite dark yet. But there's no real sign of any wind yet, and the red warning is for wind. There's a breeze. Look, you can see a bit of movement on the bamboo, but not much else. I'm sure it will come, but it's been raining steady since about 9 o'clock this morning, and it's still raining. And this is not the worst of it. The storm itself is due to pass over in the next few hours, so it'll be dark when it does. And once it's passed over, the wind will drop down, but it's not going to stop raining. It could turn to snow, but I doubt it, not here on the south coast. But there's been a lot of rainfall, a hell of a lot. Now, bearing in mind, we've had a long cold spell with no rain at all, obviously, just frost. And now we've got a lot of rain, so everything's getting a good water. All my bonsai and things are now getting some water, whereas they'd have been very dry, which is perfect. Because if you get a cold spell where you get well down below freezing, the pots freeze. And if they're full of water, the water expands when it turns to ice and cracks the pots and crushes the roots. So, the actual freezing of the bonsai pots, if they're wet, can actually kill the trees and seriously damage your pots, which might have cost you a lot of money. So I got away with that on the grounds that my pots were quite dry going into the cold spell. They are now wet, well watered, coming up to soggy, probably. And the frost has obviously been washed away. And this is what we've got now, is wet. Not quite sure what's going to happen next. If this wind gets up to the strength they say it is, having upgraded it to a red alert, we could get some stuff blown over in the night, some pots and things, but I'll stand them up again tomorrow. It's not a big deal. I doubt if anything will get broken. I suspect the fence will hang in there. And if the fence blows over, it's the landlord's problem really, not mine. But yeah, we don't get red warnings very often, and it's all along the south coast. So I wouldn't suggest going out in your boat in the dark and a red storm warning. Anybody who does would be classed as stupid. We've had stupid people going back a few days, maybe a few more days, of people on Boxing Day deciding to go in the sea in freezing conditions with heavy seas. And they've got into trouble. And hundreds of rescuers have had to come out on Boxing Day to try and find them, and they've died. Now, how stupid can you get? Just how stupid can you get? You need to respect the sea, and when it's chucking big waves up on the beach and the temperature's down near freezing, if not below, you stand well away from it and have a look at it. You don't go in it. It's just plain stupidity. And it annoys me when people do stupid things like climbing mountains in thick fog and get lost. All the rescue services have to come out and risk their own lives to try and rescue these stupid people. Ugh. Still, that is the humans. You can't legislate for stupidity. You have to put up with it. You can't all be brain of Britain. You can't all be, rocket scientists or whatever the expression is. But, plain common sense should rule. although I think that was that faded away in the 60s and 70s, I believe. Common sense. It's now a rare commodity, but we better not let on where any is, because if it's a rare commodity, somebody might invade with special forces and take it away from us. I'm going to go back in and get some tea now, as it's starting to get dark. I just thought I'd have a chat about a storm that is brewing, but it's not here yet. According to the weather forecast, it should be. I'm in the middle of the south coast. It's coming in from the west, coming straight up the channel, all along the coast, and in theory it should be here by now, and it's not. But certainly had a lot of rain, and yeah, it's the only good thing I can say about it is it's watered my bonsai, because they were getting a bit dry, and changed the water in my sarracenias that are in a tray of water. Well, that will have filled up and overflowed by now, probably several times, so that's changed their water, but it's probably getting a bit stale, so that's good. And washed away the cold. I don't like the cold. Rain I can put up with, because I just don't go out, I stay in. But the cold is, you know, this last week or more has cost me a lot of money trying to stay warm and keep this orchid place warm. And basically I've done it. I mean, my central heating has been on constantly for a week. It's been just on permanently, and the door to this grow room has been left open permanently. So, you know, the little heater that heats up this room has hardly come on at all, because it's cheaper to run the central heating than it is to let this heater kick in overnight. So, but hopefully somewhere down the line we'll get a mild spell and we can get back to normal, but not yet. Now this camera's doing silly things now, because on the lens it looks like it's daylight with sunshine. No, it's not. It's virtually dark. In another 15 minutes it will be dark. So anyway, this storm's got a name, which it begins with G, and it was named by the French. That's why it's a G. If it had been named by us, we haven't got to G yet, because they're alphabetical at the start of the year. So that, you know, the first named storm of the year in the UK would be Albert or Alfred or Alfie or something like that, and then Bertie or whatever, Bruno or something like that. But they go alphabetical in sequence. But different countries can name the storms, and this one was named by the French. If it's heading up the channel, then obviously the lower section of the low pressure is going right across France. So, you know, they get the lower side of the low pressure, we're getting the top side, which is bumping into cold air and it's going to produce some snow. But I doubt if it'll snow down here. And people wonder why the British talk about the weather. It's because it's so flippin' unpredictable and changeable. You know, one minute is below zero, the next minute is chucking it down with rain all day long, and the next minute it's blowing a gale and knocking all the trees over. You know, and all this within the period of 24 hours, basically. You go back to yesterday, there was a frost. You know, and now it's been raining all day, and in a minute it's going to be blowing a gale. So yeah, that's why we talk about it, because it won't stay still, it keeps changing. And I've waffled on enough, it's coming up to tea time, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Just a quick video and a chat. We do that sometimes.